question has to do with old, rather belligerent kinds of leadership and the nature of a new leadership for our time. In terms of the old leadership, the belligerence, the bullying, the bashing, that belongs to a fractal. A fractal is a pattern of repetition, and we think it's just in nature, which of course it is. You see a giant coastline, and then you see little wave eddies, and one is a fractal, a repetition of the other in a different scale. Well, the same thing happens in history. So, for example, we can go back to fractals in the 20s and 30s and 40s of our era, where you had certain kinds of rather demonic and deranged and devious leadership. And some people think we're seeing that kind of fractal return in our own time with dangerous, narcissistic leadership, or offering itself as leaders. But what you find in terms of fractal returns is it runs itself out, or it gets so outrageous that it requires a new order of leadership, a new kind of fractal. And I truly believe that a new kind of fractal of leadership is occurring today. Because I've had so much experience with leaders at every possible level and all over the world, what I am finding is a leadership that is aware of the need to source themselves in new qualities. Some of the leaders that I work with spend very deep and real time in meditation, in spiritual sourcing, in widening their horizons so as to be available to the enormous complexity of the time, of retraining themselves. And they come to this with compassion, with understanding, with an ability to understand the other person, to get into their skin, to not regard themselves as particularly special, but as part of playing the part of every man, every woman, everything, and of the earth herself. They listen deeply. They think in myriad ways. They think in words, they think in images, they think symbolically, they think spiritually. They try to cross the divide of otherness and be as the other. They think in terms of the implications of leadership to make other people leaders. They know themselves as, essentially, always servant, never Lord. And when I work with these people, and I also have had something to do in a small way of helping them develop, I find that what springs from them is something that is beyond ego, beyond ethnicity, beyond even local culture. It is a kind of world soul that is willing to put itself on the line to truly make a new world. The world mind is taking a walk with itself, and they are among the great walkers.